Okay. We're back
Yes.
for episode 5.
Wow. Oh, Cinco.
Ha 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 ha.
Not in May. Not Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo is only celebrated in a very specific part of Mexico.
Okay.
Did you know that? Very specific part of Mexico.
I'm going to
And
grab
apparently-
a Kleenex really quick. Sorry,
Mom.
guys. My nose is running really bad all of a sudden. Okay.
Are we starting over?
No, we're just keeping that in.
Hear that, G? We're keeping that in.
Why not?
Okay, so last time we kept it under 40 minutes.
Woo! We kept it under 40.
Or we kept it around 40.
Under 45. It was 42
Sure.
when I looked at it, I think.
Point is that's not an hour and 50 minutes. 15. Hour and 15. I don't think we've ever gone 2 hours. But
No.
it wasn't half an hour.
So we're going to talk really fast.
No, we're not.
No, we don't do that, do we?
We don't. I mean, we do, but we also talk a lot. So
Yeah.
I don't think we should try to be like, yeah, we're just going to talk really fast. What I'm hoping is that as we start getting into the rhythm of doing these every week, we have less, like, here's 2 weeks worth of knitting to talk about.
Yeah.
And more just, like, here's a week's worth of knitting to talk about.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Okay.
Nice.
Your hair looks exceptionally well today.
Thank
I like
you.
it.
I washed it.
Oh, I washed mine too today. Look
Although,
at there.
I did, like, so, not sponsored. All I can think is FabFitFunBox, and that's definitely not what I'm using on my hair. Oh
Cause
God.
box?
No. It's
Smashbox? Oh,
That's
that's a
makeup.
makeup.
No. No. I'm using the... It's like a you make it yourself.
Oh. Interesting.
Function of Beauty.
Function of Beauty.
I have been using Function of Beauty shampoo since I chopped all of my hair off. And it's really good. So essentially what you do with Function of Beauty is you like go on and you say, hey, my hair has this type of texture, my scalp is like this, and these are 5 hair goals that I have. And then they formulate a shampoo and conditioner combo for you and those goals for you. And then like you can customize the scent, you can customize what color it is, if it has sulfates in it, that sort of thing.
Oh, nice.
And the funny part is I ordered it, started using it right before I cut off all my hair, then I cut off all my hair, and now I've used like roughly half of the first 2 bottles they sent me because my hair is so short, and then they sent me another 2 bottles, and I'm just like, I have so much shampoo and conditioner. But it's really good for my hair. And the second shipment, I opted into a leave-in treatment as well. So it's like leave-in conditioner. And my hair is really liking it. So definitely not sponsored. But if you want bougie-ass shampoo, Function of Beauty. Also, since I just said ass, we're a swearing-friendly podcast.
Yep.
I don't know if we're supposed to say that every episode.
And sometimes we actually share political opinion. And my name is Angie.
My name's Avery, and how far into this are we? Oh, nearly 5 minutes in, and we remembered to say our names. Good job,
All
us.
of the stuff about
Welcome
us
to Fools
will be
for Fiber.
Yeah, down below.
Social media.
Not even
down
gonna
there.
try to do the social
No.
medias.
No. We are.
And there might be a shop update at the end of this.
Is there much of one to make? Well, we'll get to that at the end.
But we'll make sure to tell you in case you don't want to hang around.
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah. Function of Beauty, we swear.
Glad you let us come into your home today.
Or your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever.
Or
you're
your
doing.
tablet, or your computer.
I still get really confused that anybody watches these at all, so hey. Thanks for being here. Wherever you may be. Do you want to start?
Should I just do it?
What?
Finished objects?
I mean, yeah, I don't have any.
Okay. All right.
I don't have any. Life's been a lot for me, so.
So I showed the other one of this last time.
This is the other half of her hoe.
Yeah, so it's finished. The set's done.
And what colorway was this?
I don't know. Old Patina?
Old Patina?
Patina, yes,
Patina.
that's it.
Pantene is hair.
Evidently, I have
Patina.
a hair thing today.
Patina is like weathering on iron or like rust or something.
Yeah. Evidently, I have a hair thing today.
Apparently. And these were Bedsocks for Clive.
Yes, those are Bedsocks for Clive, and
this is a pattern
was
you made?
I made up the pattern. Yes.
Are you gonna get
I
it
will
test knit?
eventually write it up and get it test knit. I do have some information in the project notes on my project page in Ravelry.
Right. Which, by the way, if anybody has alternate websites to Ravelry, let us know. I haven't seen any cropping up, but I'm not on the internet as much as I want to be for fun.
So that is Regia, and it's just their Regia 4-ply sock yarn, but it's held double and worked on size 5 needles, I believe. Like I said, all that information is in the project notes.
Yeah, they're from my dad, who has really big feet.
Yep. And these are Jake's birthday socks.
Yep. What pattern is this? Or are they just vanilla?
It's just vanilla. The stripe is Opal History, but I can't remember the actual which one it is. It's Duff something. It's a German word. You know me, I'm going to butcher it. The heels and toes are our Highland Light in our gray fox. I mean silver fox colorway.
Nice.
And the cuff is just a turned down, a rolled hem. That's all I did.
love rolled hems, actually.
Yeah, I think it actually works better. I think it makes the sock look neater.
I mean, I usually use them for like hats, but yeah.
So that's 2 things.
2 socks, 2 pairs of socks, 4 whole socks. Woohoo!
This is Jake's birthday hat. And that is a pattern I will be writing up. Right now on the project page, I called it Jake's Jewels. The gray is a Rowan cashmere tweed, and the yellow and navy are Jameson and Smith 2-ply.
See, I think they look like little sheep.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. They do
Little
look a little
faces.
bit like little sheep.
Just need little legs and they'll be little sheep.
How about that?
I see sheep everywhere. I love sheep. But
And
yeah, this is Jake's hat.
last but definitely not least,
What's inside it?
this is how you block it.
Oh, they're plastic bags.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So this is the Breiwick.
This is mine. It's
I
for me.
knit this for Avery,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Jameson and Smith 2-ply, and except for the orangey. The orangey color is actually Lolland Flame, Dye-Gilpin Lolland in the Flame colorway.
I love it.
But the color I had picked out for that online, it wasn't intense enough for me to go between the burgundy and the yellow. So I came up here and tried the Lolland colorway with it to see if it would work. It's a little bit heavier weight yarn than the Jameson and Smith, but I think it worked fine.
I like it a lot. I'm really excited to put it on my head.
So
it was even like 5 degrees cooler in here. I just leave it on, but it's not. I'm really like happy with this. This is like,
that's the first authentic, true Fair Isle garment I've ever, or item I think I've ever done. That's a true Fair Isle.
And it's going on my head.
But it proved to me that I can do it and do it well enough that if I were to do a garment, I wouldn't be...
Oh, no. Yeah, no, I think it's great. I'm wicked impressed because I haven't even touched color work yet, so like this is witchcraft to me still.
I think there's a very big difference between modern color work and traditional Fair Isle color work.
How so? I mean, I don't dispute it, I just don't know.
Traditional Fair Isle color work, from my understanding, they never would use more than 2 colors at any time.
Oh.
And oftentimes now
They get fancy.
They get fancy and they want to use 3, 4 colors on a row. And that's a lot for somebody to manage. It's a lot to manage as far as knitting it. And it adds so much bulk to the
because you have
garment because you've got all 4 colors being carried.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Either knit or carried. So you've got 4 layers in that row.
Right.
So,
which I'm guessing makes it very warm. But do you always want that?
I wouldn't want that around my chest in a garment.
Some people probably don't care as much as you or I would, because I definitely wouldn't either. But then again,
what that means is one of my next steps will be to pick up a true stranded colorwork project.
Cool.
So I'm hoping to cast on The Lovage by Marie Wallen by, maybe I'll do it for Christmas. I don't know.
Okay.
So
I'm just excited because as my hair gets to that really awkward length while I'm trying to grow it out a little bit, I'll have this to put on my head.
yeah.
So it's so pretty and colorful.
Yeah.
And when somebody's like, wow, that hat's really cool, I can be like, thanks, my mom made it.
Yeah. I'm kind of tickled by it. The floats aren't bad.
The floats actually look really cool.
The floats turned out really good.
I don't know what they're supposed to look like, but they look cool. Guessing like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're very even. Like, they're not very tight.
Yeah. I'm fairly impressed with it.
Good job.
Yeah.
Done good.
That's all my finished objects.
I have none. So, good job. I just genuinely have not been knitting, which is how you know life's been stressful. Which is really like, I was telling somebody earlier, I was like, I should probably like, if you ever see me stop knitting, it's probably when you should tell me to start knitting, because that's like usually the time when I need to be knitting, but like the time when I'm like, I don't have time to knit. And it's just like, are you sure? Are you sure you don't have time to knit? Because you probably do have time to knit. You're just not giving yourself the time to knit, which is a thing that I'm terrible at doing.
Yeah,
is
no.
giving myself time to do things for me instead of like other things.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, do you wanna? Because it looks like you have way more whips than I do. Because again, I haven't been knitting, so I've not cast anything on.
Well, I still have the turtle dove, but I showed
Mhm.
that last time.
Right.
I have about,
How
I think
many-
I've put 2 more inches on it, so I have about 3 inches left.
Right.
And then...
How many whips are you down to before you begin to knit?
I have 4 that are in hibernation
Right.
until March.
Right.
And I have maybe with these 2 that I cast on, I have 8.
Nice.
But I think that also included Jake's socks.
Oh, so 7.
Maybe.
7 or 8.
Which is not bad for me.
Yeah, for you, that's not bad at all. It's actually pretty impressive for you.
So
But yeah, you could start.
So
What's this?
this is actually the Be Thankful cardigan. I frogged the
I like the color.
this is ours. This is a first pass on faded blue jean before I got the color ironed out. So I just thought I would use the.
I was about to say it doesn't look like
it's a
faded
little
blue
bit
jean right now.
Yeah,
It's a little
no,
bit
it's
more-
a little bit. It's a little bit darker than faded blue jean. This is actually where we ended up with faded blue jean.
a little bit darker.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I you already know that I like that. But
So that was actually part of the mohair project that I started.
yeah, that you ripped out.
Yeah.
R.I.P. in Pieces mohair project.
Well, it's coming back.
Oh, are you gonna put it in this?
I'm gonna put it in this.
Oh, I see.
So I decided that mohair would be wonderful for an outer garment, but not necessarily wonderful for a next to skin garment. So with this being a cardigan, once I get past the ribbing for the waist,
Mm-hmm. See, I just don't know if I could even wear this as an outer garment, personally.
I will add it to hydrangea.
Like, I can kind of understand the appeal, but I also just like,
So this is the hydrangea.
yeah.
So I will add it to the hydrangea, and
I just, every time.
it will be my blue cardi.
Remember those weird, fuzzy, 100% acrylic shirts that were like all the rage for tweens in like the early 2000s?
Probably.
Do you know what I'm talking about? It was super not mohair, but it was like
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
like super fuzzy, really like foo.
Yeah.
I hated wearing them, and all I can think about when I feel that against my skin is wearing those and one of those.
Oh.
Which is like, again, no shade to the mohair gang, since I'm sure that there's like a fan base out there who's not feeling what I'm saying, but I just don't know if I could wear it personally, because like that's what all I can think about. And what's this?
So this is actually the Cloudberry, and this is not ours. This is actually Aspen in, ooh, I can't remember the colorway. It's on the project page.
Mhm.
But the pattern, this was a cardigan, that I had only done like maybe to right here, and I was like, I'll never wear that.
You always get to like right here on things, and you're like, I wouldn't wear this actually, and then you get rid of it.
Yeah. So this is the Cloudberry.
Right.
And it has a really interesting construction. You knit the back left, the back right, and then you join them together. And then you work the front after. So it's done in pieces.
Right.
You do a 3-needle bind off.
Right.
For the seam at the top. And then it's a boxy, so this is going to hang over, and then you knit the sleeve, and there's a colorwork band on the sleeve. So I'm actually going to knit a 3/4 length sleeve,
right,
and do the colorwork along the bottom, as opposed to it being short sleeve. So, yeah, I'm excited about this one. I actually just cast this on yesterday, and I got that much done.
Nice. Very cool.
So yeah. The young lady, I can't remember her name, but that is the designer for this. But she has a podcast, Fiber Tales.
We will link below so that you can check her out.
So, that's my works in progress.
Really?
That's it, yeah.
That's
I
it?
didn't bring any more.
Wow, okay. So what I've been doing is mostly playing Yarn Chicken with this guy. The Iris Waiting for the Rain, or the rain outside, or something to do with rain shawl that I'm doing. I called it. I failed. I do not have enough yarn to finish it. So, instead of stealing more Iris from the store, I'm just going to bind off because, frankly, it's already ginormous. And I'm going to use a different color for the bind off because it's like a lacy bind off anyway. So what I'm actually considering doing is I got through the first row of the bind off that I'm pretty sure I did wrong anyway, because I did the entire row.
Oh.
Because it just said row 1 and didn't mention turning. So I just did the entire row of knit 2, K2 together. So I'm going to go undo that and then maybe do a few more rows in the alternate color that I'm going to use for the bind off, so that it's less of like a shocking change and more of like, oh, this is the color that it is now. And then make you help me figure out how to do the bind off, since apparently I read it completely wrong.
It is a very complex bind off.
So it's not even that yes, it is. I won't lie. I knew it was going to be. But I also... I
do think it will be beautiful once you do the bind off, but I think that it's a very complex bind off. And I would say that's probably at least 2 meters.
What?
Wide.
Yeah.
At least 2 meters.
And she does also say to block it aggressively. So, the current contender to do the bind off is this color, which is...
That's Our Foggy Morning.
Is coming soon,
yeah.
perchance,
yeah,
maybe?
We will be releasing it within the next month.
But I was hoping it would
It's part of the fall solids that we're releasing.
Tone it down a little bit.
I actually think it will be really pretty because it's got some of the same, like really, really light brushes of the purplies and the turquoisey colors that are in Iris.
But I just think like it'll, because I've been trying to find ways to tone it down just a little bit without making it dark, because I like that it's a really light pattern. So, And I was going to use green, and I was just like, oh, I don't know, that sounds like it's going to be a lot. And then Mom suggested using this, and I was like, actually, that's probably going to look really cool. So
it'll also make the lacy edging look more like lace that's been attached.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But this is where all of my brain power has gone.
Yeah.
Because we have now reached the section of this shawl where 2 rows feels like it takes 10 years. But
well, it's a fairly, it's a fairly large shawl.
yeah.
A lot larger than I think I don't know that you've ever knit anything that had as many stitches in a row as that has.
No, I haven't. I don't. I'm just gonna say this: if the person who I made this for doesn't like it, I might cry if I find out. Because so much time and energy has gone into this. So, Anthony, if you're watching, if Lula doesn't like this, I'll cry. So don't tell me. This is the one time in our friendship I'm asking you to not be brutally honest with me. Every other time, lay it on me. I can take it. This time, I'll cry. Because this is like a work week's worth of my life. Like, if not 2 at this point. Which is not complaining. But,
Yeah.
all that to say, I don't think Anthony or Vula watches these, but if you are, don't tell me. So that's the major thing that I've been working on that I'm hoping to have as a finished object next time. That's my current life goal. And apparently I've just been in a shawl mood.
That's okay.
Because,
I'm actually fixing to cast a shawl on.
well, and they're not for me. None of them are for me, is the joke, because I don't know. But, this is a boneyard shawl, which is like, God, old as hell at this point when it comes to patterns. But
it's a good
it's
stand.
an oldie but a goodie,
Yeah.
and like, to be honest, the person that I'm making this for isn't feeling well. She's going through some health issues, and I just wanted something that was like going to be warm and like comfortable and easy and not like
Yeah.
difficult for her to, like, I don't know, because sometimes when you give somebody something that's lacy, they feel like anxious about how to care for it, even if they are only washing it by hand. Like,
Well, also they feel like if it's lacy that they can only wear it when it's fancy.
or like it's delicate and they have to treat it like it's delicate. And I'm like, that's really not what I wanted for her, considering like just everything going on. The entire point of this is to be like a comforting, like, hey, you're my friend, I'm thinking of you.
Here's a shawl that's like a warm hug.
Right, not like a,
Yeah.
look at this lace work, which is like kind of low key what that one is, because that's very who, like, oh look.
Yeah.
So this has just sort of been,
I think it's really funny that colorway almost looks like a moody sky, kind of.
yeah. And this is us. Like, you did this, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, but
This
it was
is forever ago, and you were just learning,
I
and
was
it's
just
like
learning the dye methods.
2 Skein wonder, so I have just enough for this, and then it's gone forever sort of situation.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I
we
also-
could reproduce it if somebody was like crazy about it, but that was really an
only thing-
accident.
The only thing I've done different is on the streamline tank that I made.
Mm-hmm.
She has you. I can't remember what the stitch is called, but you like pick up the knit stitch underneath.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done that along the backbone, which is like the only change I made to the pattern. But it
Instead of picking up the bar, you're picking up the stitch below.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
But it makes a more pronounced knit.
yeah.
so it makes it stand out more, which I like because then it like, I just feel like it anchors it more.
Yeah,
if that makes any more sense.
Yeah, I
so
agree.
that's what I've been doing, and that's it because.
Is there anything you're like hankering to cast on?
So I'm going to be beginning a test knit for our friend Kat over at Heather and Hops.
Ah, Heather and Hops, yeah. You guys don't watch her, you should check her
I sincerely can't imagine
channel.
you watching us, but not her. But if you haven't, do that definitely. We will also link her below.
Yeah.
She has a cowl coming out, and I don't know how much I'm supposed to say about that. So, but I'm gonna be test knitting that for her. It's gonna be cables, which is one of my favorite things, and that's also something I'm planning to give as a gift if I like it. I can't imagine myself not liking it, but
yeah, it's actually a gorgeous knit.
oh yeah, it's super pretty. I'm just not sure if I can do it.
Oh yeah, you can. Cables.
So I'm probably, all of that to say, I'm gonna go over to our One Skein Wonders over there and see if I can find either a couple of colors or a couple of skeins of one color that I can use on that.
Yeah.
And then also a cardigan, maybe, for a friend of mine for Christmas.
Yeah, cool.
Gonna try that nonsense out. I keep thinking I should probably knit something for myself, but I'm very bad at motivating myself to knit things for myself. I'm much better at motivating myself to knit things for other people, which is not healthy and probably an indicator of other issues. But we done knew. So,
yeah.
I'm still struggling. We talked about this, and we also talked about it in the
previous episode.
Yeah, the sweater for my roommate Jake. We're I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
We're gonna try and figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out. I mean, either way, we're gonna figure it out. It's just a matter of like I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's realistically like. Is there anything you want to knit?
I'm gonna. So every time I have tried brioche, like I said earlier when we were at knit night, every time I try brioche, it feels like it's a fish net, like a fishing net. It doesn't feel, it's so loose,
right.
And I don't trust it. So several of the girls in the knit group are doing all about the brioche or all about that brioche or something like that. So I am going to cast that on.
Nice.
And I'm going to try to do brioche and see if it works. And we will see.
Oh. Who knows? Maybe if I really like how it looks, I'll try it out.
And I have a pair of shorty socks that I'm knitting from the tube.
Oh, you
just
did
another
pick one of those to try.
Yeah, just another opal tube. I'm trying to decide whether I should buy some more sock, like that kind of sock yarn, not fancy striped sock yarn, but either West Yorkshire spinners or opal for Christmas socks, because I think that instead of trying to knit everybody, last year I was trying to do hats and gloves and all this stuff for everybody and a pair of socks, and then I ended up with all the sock tubes left and nobody got socks until now. So I'm thinking I'll just order some Christmas sock yarn
Mm-hmm.
from Yarn and Yarns.
Yeah.
Her website launched on Friday.
Oh, good.
So Yarn and Yarns.
We will link that
Yep.
below because you should check that out.
So I think I'm gonna buy 5 or 6 balls. She's got the West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas, and she's got a couple other Christmas ones.
Nice.
And then I'll just do socks for everybody because I think I've got, I think I could get a sock a week done.
I mean, that's pretty much what you've been doing, if not more.
And I think that if I did that, that I could probably have pairs of socks for everybody for Christmas, as opposed to trying to do like huge ass garments or hats and cowls and all the stuff, you know.
I mean, for me at this point in my life, and like, you're free to disagree, and whoever out there is free to disagree, like, I'm really over the idea of Christmas as like a time to give somebody a huge gift. Because I feel like we as a society just deeply fall into this pit of like spending too much, committing too much, and putting so much emphasis on like, this is your Christmas present. And it's like, to be frank, like, if somebody was going to be stressing about making me something or affording me something, I would rather they not do it. Because I don't like the idea of somebody that I'm close to being stressed about finishing something,
Yeah.
or being stressed about spending too much money, or being stressed about like any of that. Like, I would rather they just get me a knick-knack, and be like, hey, I love you, I've been really stressed out, especially with how stressed out everyone has been this year. I just deeply don't think this is the year to be like, here's your grand gesture at Christmas, because...
Yeah, no, I agree.
And
I
it's
agree.
like, yeah, you should definitely want to make these things or want to do these things for your friends and your family and the people that you love, but like, why does it have to be in December? Or on somebody's birthday?
I don't think
like,
it has. I mean, I don't think it has to be in December. And I said Christmas, and I guess I just mean as because I was raised in the Deep South, and because there's so much Christian influence, I guess that it just still taints that. You know, like it's still.
Latent Christianity.
Yeah.
Which is like, no, it's fine, I guess, but it's just like, I want more, not even us, but it's more like a cultural shift is what I would wish would happen, away from like these huge grand gestures having to be, like, my Christmas present, or not my Christmas, my birthday present this year from you guys was actually like a month early. And it was a grand gesture, and it was something that I deeply appreciate, but, like, it not coming on my birthday didn't make me appreciate it less.
Yeah.
Does that make me feel any less on my birthday, like you gave a shit about me? Like, it was just, like, you helped me get the down payment for my car, so on my birthday I went on a drive, and I was like, my parents helped me get this car. Like, it wasn't like... On April 9th, I was like, where's my birthday present? You know, like...
Well, I think, too, that, like, not meaning to, I also try to make sure that when I'm giving you something for your birthday, that I give Jake something for his own birthday. Or when we're giving Jake something for his birthday, that I give you something for your own birthday. Not consciously saying, hey, this is your own birthday gift. But I don't want, it's more of a, we're giving Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, realistically, you helping me buy the car was a gift to the entire house.
Yes, I know.
Because they're in it nearly as often as I am.
I know.
So, it's just, I guess my thing is, it's just like, I am just deeply over this idea of like, if you don't commit to a certain dollar amount, or if you don't commit to a certain time amount, or if you don't, like, then it's not worth giving someone. Like, if you just gave me socks this year, I would be like, thank you, this is great, awesome. And the idea that there are people out there who would be like, wow, she just gave you socks, like, for me, is just deeply, fuck you. Like, I just don't, like, I just don't, and the fact that, like, somebody that I'm making something for might feel that way, which I don't think anybody that I'm making things for feels that way, but, like, just the fact that there are people with that attitude.
Yeah, I know. I understand. And I think that's...
Too long didn't read. I have a very short amount of patience for consumerism anymore.
Well, and I think, I think that it's not just consumerism, though. I think that it's the whole of, it goes even further than consumerism. But like I said earlier, oftentimes we get into politics. And I think that for some people it rings true to hearken, for lack of a better way of putting it, back to days when I guess it's more like slow, like it's important to purchase things that are going to last longer and have...
See, but here's the problem with that. And this is another, like, very important aspect of the, like, conversation.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Those items often cost more. And until very recently...
And people who are poor or underpaid can't afford things that are slow because they're poor and underpaid.
Well,
and they get into this...
It's the boot problem.
Yeah.
Which is a Neil Gaiman thing, not an economics thing. I thought it was an economics thing until like 2 weeks ago.
It's a Neil Gaiman.
But it's like, a poor man can only afford a certain quality of boot, where a rich man can afford a really nice pair of boots. So the poor man's boots are going to wear out faster, which means he has to keep buying the same inexpensive pair of boots, whereas the rich guy spends his money in bulk one time and has boots for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Which, like, I assumed that was an economics thing because it makes so much sense. Which is why I should have known that it wasn't an economics thing.
Right.
Because...
That it was actually somebody who is socially aware.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, I think Neil Gaiman's fairly...
We could have discussions about Neil Gaiman, but it's fine. Well, he's not the worst man on the planet. Probably not the best, but how many are actually Keanu Reeves? All of that to say, do we have a shop update?
Oh, we do. Sorry. Shop update. Yep. If you don't want to hang around, it was nice to see you. We hope you get to play with fiber as often as you want.
Yep.
Many minutes filled with fiber.
That's so many minutes.
So many minutes.
Basically, we just hope that you're doing well and that you get to de-stress with some knitting as often as possible.
Yes.
So, thanks for being here. If you don't want to deal with the shop update, we will see you next week. But if you do want the shop update...
It's here.
Hello. Shop update.
So,
this finally dropped.
Strawberry shortcake.
Yep.
Will definitely be in the shop when
Already.
this is posted.
Yep.
And PB&J.
Yep.
But I don't have a swatch for PB&J. Sorry. So, strawberry shortcake, PB&J will be in the shop when this posts. And a week to 2 weeks after that, we will have faded jeans, cranberry bog, and fog, white, red, and blue. Hey,
red, white, and blue.
yeah, for
Like
voting.
Sure.
Yep,
Sure.
whatever.
I thought purple was for voting.
It is, but
Okay.
just saying.
That's fine.
And then after that, we will have ginger snap. And
Let's not commit to a ton of colors right now.
just ginger snap. But if you want to see more street lamp or more evergreen on our other bases, you should comment below.
Yeah.
Street lamp and evergreen, we would love to bring them onto the new bases, but we need some action. That's it.
Is that your like way of trying to ask people to comment?
Yeah, that's it.
You should like and subscribe while you're begging us.
Yeah,
for
we forget that all the time.
we have literally never mentioned
I
a
don't
single
think
time
we-
in any of our videos. I was watching somebody else and I just was like, we're really bad at this
Yeah,
whole
we
YouTube
are.
thing because we have yet to be like, you should like,
Like and
comment, and subscribe.
Oh, hit the bell.
Ding, ding, ding. Like, I mean, if you wanna
That's the name. That's the name for this episode. Hit the bell.
ring my bell, ring my bell. Dang. Yeah, no. Just there you go.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Play with fiber as often as you can.